people checking in, and you're forced to mute them or unfollow them.
Yeah, interesting.
The thing for me is it already has that feeling though of why didn't I think of this myself, right?
It does.
And,
That's a good sign.
and it already has that feeling like this is the next step, the next evolution of tweeting to each other, right, or texting. This is where we need to be. And so to me, that's a big sign that this might be the next big thing.
Yeah. Well, the thing that gets me is that I think when you see someone schedule a Meerkat in the future, or a notification that says this Meerkat is starting right now, and they've got that on every tweet, it says live now. There's this this fear of loss, right? That if I don't jump in right now, something might happen that I'm not going to see. And I find myself like Ryan Hoover keeps doing a Meerkat of his ride home or his walk home. It's not that interesting, and yet I just put it in the background. And I kind of want to watch just in case something might happen any minute, right? Like he might get mugged, God forbid, or like he might say something funny, and like I can't stop watching. It's kind of addictive.
Well, that's a good indicator.
That is a good indicator, right?
But I think if they're going to hit it big, they have to do it for Android too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're definitely going to do it for Android. I think they're releasing that very soon.
Yeah, I've got a placeholder app now, but it's non-functional.
Interesting. Somebody said they actually got married using Meerkat. That's pretty cool. That's kind of an application you don't see every day. What else? What else? Some of the opinions that you all have about whether this is going to stick out. It sounds like Ivan resonates with this FOMO. Other folks are watching Ryan Hoover as well. Fear of loss, scarcity. Totally agree. There's some very interesting psychology going on there. Somebody said, let's see here. Wise Ben says that he's struggling for the reason to not keep the recording viewing for later. That is an excellent point. So it's interesting. I never recorded these whatever live stream sessions, and then because of Meerkat, because it's so easy to do, I got into this habit of doing this every day, and now I actually do save the recordings because it gives you the opportunity to save it for later, and I actually do record them. So, that serves two purposes. One, it shows how when you make the key behavior easier of just doing it, the fact that we've now spent, I don't know, like 15 minutes or so doing it, now we are vested, right? Like I put it, we spend our time doing it. The recording's right there. All I got to do is save the video, and I can put it on YouTube, which is what we did from our chat this morning on the ride over, which I'll do with this as well. And so, if apparently there's some connectivity issues, if you don't see the whole broadcast, it'll be up on my YouTube page as well. Oh, good question here. So somebody asked here, do you like Kung Fu? Asks, what about the Twitter acquisition of what's that app they just bought? Periscope. They just bought Periscope, which does pretty much the same thing. What do you guys think? What happens? I don't know if you've used Periscope at all, but it does something very similar.
I haven't used it.
But we talked about this, and I think, it's definitely a concern for Meerkat. And plus, I'm not a fan of the name Meerkat.
No, why not?
I don't know, it just doesn't
But
do
that
it
guy's
for
so
me.
cute, the
It's
little...
cute.
He's cute.
Actually,
but it just,
one of my takeaways from today was that if you're developing an app, having a likable persona was a good thing. And the Meerkat kind of does that.
Yeah, I'm all for personas. I just don't know what it is. There's something about the name. Just
You don't know what a
doesn't do it for
Meerkat
me.
is?
No, I said I'm all for personas. I just don't know about the name.
Bitten by a meerkat as a child,
Well,
perhaps?
maybe.
Or?
I do have a slight fear of meerkats.
No, I think I don't know. It's it's interesting because Periscope. It takes me a minute to figure out. I mean, I know why
It's
they
long.
called it Periscope.
It's long too.
Yeah, it's long. But Meerkat just it rolls off the tongue. Maybe because it kind of sounds like meerkat. But anyway, that's a different thing altogether. Anyway, so let's see. Any more questions here?
Well, they would have talent. It's pretty subtle. It's not like you're setting up a big video camera on a tripod in the center aisle.
Yeah, and it would only be on. To be fair, it'd be for the sessions that are just jam-packed that people can't get into anyway.
Right, and it is an ephemeral thing too. It's not like you'd be selling copies of it later or something.
Right.
I think time's gonna tell, right? With this app, is it the shiny new object or is it the big thing?
Yeah.
And if they do gain critical mass, then people are gonna get on there and they're gonna share these things. I mean, I was sharing Dory Clark's video today on Meerkat.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, and just to let I know we have some colleagues that we share, and just to let them see what Dory was doing, what she was talking about. It was such a cool way to be able to do that.
Yeah. So tomorrow, Roger and I are on this session, and we are going, or at least I'm going to Meerkat. I don't want to get you in trouble, but I am going to Meerkat.
I can't get it to work on my Android anyway. So.
Oh, okay, yeah, they haven't released the Meerkat app. So I'm going to actually Meerkat our panel because I want everybody who's not here to be able to see it, and everybody who is here who didn't get in to also see it. What do you guys think about the lasting power? I mean, to Noah's point around, is this app going to actually stick around? Is it going to be kind of a flash in the pan, or is it going to be engaging? What do you all think? What's your opinion of whether this app is going to stick around? What do you think, Roger?
It seems like there's a good chance that it could, simply because it's getting so much use. It depends if everybody was meerkatting, could the notifications and so on get annoying, much as Foursquare, where an issue is kind of cool, but then when your Twitter...
Do it. All right. I need longer arms. I need a selfie stick is what I need.
Yeah.
Not exactly... Here, let's get a little bit more.
I just have to be... Yeah, you guys get close. That's
there we go. All right. Kind of. All right, so we've got 7 people watching so far. We'll have some more join us in a few minutes here. So let us know if you can hear us okay, because we are outdoors at a cafe in Austin at South by Southwest. Sitting here with Roger, Dooley, and Noah. Maybe you guys can do a quick introduction. We're all in the same space here. We're all authors. Maybe you guys can tell us a little bit for everybody who doesn't not familiar with your work.
Yes, I'm Roger Dooley, and I am the author of Brainfluence. It's a book about neuromarketing and persuasion.
I'm Noah Fleming, at Noah Fleming, author of Evergreen.
And hopefully you know me because you found this in my Twitter feed. I'm Nir Ayal, and let's see. So today, I thought the point of today's Meerkat would be about what you took away from South by. I know a lot of people who are watching couldn't make it to South by today for whatever reason, and maybe you can share like top thing you learned today. Kind of what's a good takeaway.
You go first.
Well,
you have to stretch on that one.
Well, for me, it was easy. It was getting to meet different people like yourself, people like Roger, spending time in the hallways and getting to connect with people face to face, which was just awesome. People I've read or people that I know about and I've wanted to meet to get face to face.
Yeah, but this isn't a plug though. We want hard lessons, takeaways. What are you going to take away that you can actually use in your business, in your writing, in your consulting?
I mean, the takeaway is the same. The takeaway is talk to people.
Yeah.
Put down the phone and talk to people. So I struck up conversation.
I can't put down the phone right now because I need to.
Please don't put down the phone. But I struck up conversations today with random people. Hanging out by the bookstore, and I met fabulous people today.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I wish I had come away with some really good takeaways. I've been in sessions where I have, or I've learned like really cool tricks for presentation or something, but today was a little sparse. Only went to a few sessions, and it didn't, not that much. I did go to one interesting one on persuasion psychology. It was sort of a workshop type thing, where I got a few ideas, nothing that, it's stuff that's going to have to gestate for a while, but a sort of a different way of looking at the same stuff that we all write about. This from a Canadian professor who is in that space.
Cool. So this is my first time at South by Southwest, and I am shocked by how incredibly busy it is. It is way busier than I ever expected. I went to 4 sessions today, and I only got into 1 session, and I was kind of disappointed with that. But I have a speaker pass, so I didn't pay too much for coming out here, so I can't complain because the pass was for free. Very surprised. So for those of you who are not here and you're sorry you can't be here, don't be too sorry, because probably the stuff you wanted to go to you couldn't get into anyway, so just to make you feel better. But the one session I did attend was about how you don't always want to reduce friction in a user experience, that there's some places, particularly in the onboarding phase. There was a woman who spoke from Luminosity, which is like a brain training app, around how in the onboarding phase that you actually want to add a little bit of friction, which goes against kind of the design, the sacred cow of design, that everything has to be friction-free and easy to do. That they actually found that they could get users to stay around longer and to use the app more if they asked them to do a little bit of work up front, take a personality quiz, ask them what challenges they're up for, things like that. And I think part of that is this commitment and investment psychology around the things that we put effort into, we value more. So that was kind of an interesting session. Here's the next. By the way, if you have any...
I wish I'd been able to attend that one here, because I was
I
was in the hallway for that one. That was on my calendar, and by the time I got there, they had closed the doors.
Case in point, right? So if you have any questions, by the way, go ahead and tweet them out, and feel free to retweet this and like it. Thank you for those of you who have already. To Rajan, thank you for liking this. And if you have any other questions, you've got 2.5 experts, I should say. I'll count myself as the half on persuasion, on habits, on using neuromarketing. So if you have any questions, go ahead and ask away. Here's another question for you. So we're meerkatting this right now. And when I walked out of these sessions that I didn't get into, when I was standing in line and they said, we're going to close the doors, I'm sorry, no one else can get in. I'm thinking to myself, well, there's probably 150 people in the room. There's another 150 outside of the room wishing they could hear what's going on. This is the perfect tool. I mean, if for those of you who are watching now on Meerkat, the buzz here in South by Southwest is that this is the app of South by Southwest for this year. A couple of years ago it was Foursquare. A year before that it was Twitter. This year's app, I think, is no doubt this Meerkat app. So wouldn't it be great for those of us who are able to meerkat out from these sessions? Wouldn't this be an amazing way for everyone who couldn't make these sessions, who couldn't get in, to see inside those sessions? The challenge is, from a behavioral perspective, like how could we engineer that to happen? Let's say we wanted this to happen. Let's say you work at Meerkat. What would you do?
Depending on how many users I had, I guess I'd reach out to all my users, and chances are there's a critical mass here already of at least several in every session.
Right.
So that would be the simple thing. The one thing that could be